Hi guys, Dr. Sam here. So today I want to talk about managing fungal nail infections. So these are incredibly common problems, and the number of people who suffer with these kinds of fungal nail infections is really, really high. And the key thing about these kinds of problems is that they're really stubborn and they're notoriously difficult to get rid of. And even if you're using your conventional pharmaceutical antifungals, they can often linger for weeks and weeks and weeks, and in many cases months. And synthetic pharmaceutical antifungals don't come without side effects. They're strong, they're potent, they can affect the microbiome of the skin. They're to be avoided if they can. Unfortunately, when we're looking at managing these kinds of nail infections, these fungal overgrowth problems, herbal medicines absolutely come into their own, because there's a selection of herbal medicines, and one in particular that is clinically proven to possess very, very strong antifungal mechanisms. And when those mechanisms are applied to fungal infections, particularly in the nail and in the skin, it's clinically proven to help clear up and resolve those infections, often more effectively than synthetic pharmaceutical antifungals. And my herb of choice, the herb that I turn to when I'm managing these kinds of problems, is neem oil. Okay, organic, pure, unadulterated neem oil. And in Ayurveda, neem is probably the most revered, the most powerful, the most famous skin tonic herb. And you can use it to manage a whole raft of skin problems, whether you're looking at things like eczema or psoriasis or hives, or anything that's inflammatory, red, oozing, scabies, all of those kinds of things. But because in laboratory studies, neem possesses a selection of phytocompounds, plant-based compounds, that have really, really strong antifungal activity. And when those compounds were then applied to fungal infections in lots of different parts of the body, but particularly around the nails, the ability of neem oil to clear up and resolve those fungal infections was incredibly powerful. It was quick, it was clinically effective, and it came without side effects. So if you're managing, or you're prone to fungal nail infections, I can't recommend enough making sure that in your home apothecary or your medicine cupboard at home, stocking some neem oil, and making sure that you're using it regularly as a preventative. If you know that the big toenail on your left foot is prone to these kinds of fungal infections, just applying it kind of once a day can often be enough to prevent that fungal proliferation that will lead to a flare up. But more importantly, if you're actually suffering with a fungal nail infection, if you or a loved one or one of your children is suffering with a really stubborn and hard to clear nail infection, all you need to do is get your neem oil and just apply it liberally a good 3-4 times a day. Okay, you don't need much, it's a small area, and just really massage the oil all around the fungal infection and in a wider circumference. So not just on it, but also around it, in case the fungal overgrowth is migrating out of the primary center. Do that 3-4 times a day, but always before bed. That's the crucial one, because if you do it before bed, you're not putting socks on and off, you're not getting shoes on and off. The neem can work over the 7, 8, 9 hours that you're in bed to really inhibit that fungal overgrowth. And I've seen, in my practice and my experience, really stubborn fungal infections that haven't responded to a whole raft of natural and allopathic treatments really be effectively cleaned up and cleared up by neem oil. So if you or someone you know or a loved one is suffering from fungal nail infections, neem oil is absolutely my recommendation of choice. It's safe, it's evidence-based, it's time-tested, and it's quick and easy to use, and neem oil is very easy to source. If you want to know what neem oil we recommend, check out the link in the video description.